Questions still swirl about what exactly happened to Islamist apologist Jamal Khashoggi in that Saudi Arabian embassy into which he went but never came out. As many questions as are there still, we know a great deal of things with certainty now. He died in a Saudi embassy at the hands of Saudi agents, and numerous intelligence reports suggest that the order for that assassination went all the way up to the de facto head of the country, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Canadians can rest assured, though, because Justin Trudeau is on the case. Yes, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, a country that is currently in the midst of a contract to sell billions of dollars in light armored vehicles, which are further being armed to, in some reports, actually use against civilians. That Canada is on the case here. Justin Trudeau said in Buenos Aires the other day that he had a, quote, frank, unquote, conversation about human rights with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, during which he also talked about the imprisonment of Raif Badawi and what's happening at the hands of the Saudi regime to Yemen and Yemenis, and also the Khashoggi case and more broadly concerns about human rights. So do you feel better? Justin Trudeau has had a frank conversation. You know, of all the things that Canada could do to flex some muscle against Saudi Arabia, perhaps sanctions or stemming the flow of LAVs to them, or severing diplomatic ties, or all of the different tools in the toolkit, you know, a stern talking to from Justin Trudeau doesn't strike me as one at the top of the list. And it reminds me a lot like sending Chrystia Freeland into the NAFTA negotiations to talk about gender equality. When Justin Trudeau shows up to the stern talking to, this frank conversation with the Saudi Crown Prince, I wonder if they can even keep a straight face. This is an intellectual and diplomatic lightweight that's telling them they've got to, you know, smarten up or else. And I don't think even Justin Trudeau knows what the or else is. Now, to be clear, I think that Canadians have mixed feelings on the Saudi Arabia deal, and it actually has a huge impact economically in my backyard, London, Ontario. I was a critic of the deal when it was first proposed by Stephen Harper, and Justin Trudeau, however, made the decision to follow through on it. So when Justin Trudeau said a couple of weeks ago that his hands are tied because there's a difficult contract that Stephen Harper signed, he's not being entirely honest here. In fact, it was his government, and at the time it was Stéphane Dion, that made the decision to follow through on this and actually sign the export permits to send this military equipment to Saudi Arabia. No one in Canada, no one in the Prime Minister's office can act surprised that the Saudi regime is one that would assassinate a critic of it. The human rights record of Saudi Arabia is not a new problem. It's not something we're just learning of now. So for Justin Trudeau to pretend, much as many other Western leaders are, that the Khashoggi case was just this complete anomaly, this outlier, is proving them to be so blatantly and brazenly out of their comfort zone and out of their league, and I would also say dishonest when it comes to what's happening in the foreign scene. I don't think Justin Trudeau's frank talking to will amount to any difference whatsoever. But Canadians should be very wary that this is what constitutes diplomatic heft to today's Prime Minister. For the True North Initiative, I'm Andrew Lawton.